Hi, everyone. This is Raina Phillips. I am here to talk about the survey I conducted on my public speaking for my public speaking course that I'm designing. So, I developed my survey with 5 questions in mind, and today I'd like to talk to you about some of the results that I received from the survey. I had 5 questions. I had 10 respondents, and the overall information that I received back was pretty positive. So let's get started. So my first question I had, and you can see here, was how many times over the past year have you spoken in front of an audience? And I chose this because I kind of wanted to gauge and see how people were, how they felt about getting in front of an audience, or just how often they've done it. If they had, Tony Robbins type of, experiences, have done it millions of times, maybe this class wouldn't be for them. But I still wanted to find out. So as you can see, um, I've gotten 30% said more than 15, 30% said 0 to 5, and 30% said 6 to 10 times. And I had actually 10% of the people say that they have done it 11 to 15 times. So on to question number 2. How would you feel, or how you feel when speaking in public? I got 70%, so 7 of the respondents responded 5, which was excellent, and 4%, or I'm sorry, 30% or 3 people responded, and that number 4 should be somewhat. Oops, let me make sure I get that right. Yeah, very good. I'm still trying to work out the kinks with using Google Forms to do some editing, but these numbers underneath here, 1 was poor, 5 was excellent, but so 1 poor, 2 good, and I went into WebMonkey and made that. I'm sorry, 2 was fair, 3 was good, 4 is very good, and 5 is excellent. So I need to get that information down here, so when the user picks those other options 2, 3, and 4, they'll know where that information comes from. Number 3, third question was, what is your biggest fear? And surprisingly, everybody said snakes, or 70% of the people said snakes, which I'd have to rank myself in there as well. 10% for death, 10% for height, and 10% for public speaking. The reason I chose this question, because I've from other surveys I've seen, and other studies, public speaking can be tremendously nerve wracking for a lot of people to get in front of an audience. So I kind of wanted to gauge and see where they kind of fell in that category. It wasn't like no one answered public speaking, so it was good that I did get a response of that's one of their biggest fears. So then I'll know, again, trying to gauge the class, how to design it, and to address some people's, the need or the fear of getting in front of an audience. So that's kind of what I was looking for. Fourth question was, I have exhibited the following when I have spoken in front of an audience. So I listed anxiety, sweaty palms, nervousness, dry mouth, both butterflies in stomach, and then the last option was none. So again, the, a lot of my respondents, 4 of them actually, responded with none. But butterflies in stomach, I had 1 person, 10%. Dry mouth was 3 people, 30%. Nervousness, again, 3 people, 30%. No one exhibited any sweaty palms, which was good. And anxiety, 2 people responded with that, and that was 20%. So right now, with that question, I'd probably try to rephrase it a little bit different next time. But it looks like most of the respondents feel pretty confident when getting in front of an audience and not exhibiting any type of distractions such as anxiety, dry mouth, butterflies in stomach, and so on. And then finally, the last questions: where would you rate yourself when you're speaking in front of an audience? 5 or 9 people ranked themselves as excellent. So that was 90% of my respondents. Only 1 person ranked themselves as a 4, which again, I have to keep referring, and I apologize for that, for somewhat good. So those were my results. I probably would continue gathering more data on this, but this was kind of a good start to get me acquainted with what I need to do or how I need to design or what direction I need to go with the design of my class, as well as any content that may be, beneficial to some of these anxieties that my students will have or possibly have when they speak in front of an audience. So I appreciate your time, and I enjoy. I'm looking forward to developing this class and helping some students on the way. Have a great day.